I live in Charlottesville, right in town, and with my family. My husband's an archaeologist, and I have a 10-year-old daughter. And I'm a fundraiser for the university. I work on the arts project. I grew up in California, so I grew up, surfing and swimming and playing tennis and running, and especially riding. That's always been my big love, and it's something that I've continued through the years with fits and starts. But in the last, I would say, 10 years, I've been riding quite seriously. I'm a dressage rider. My schedule doesn't let me ride every day anymore. Maybe I get in 1 or 2 rides a week, so I have to do something else. So I try to walk. I have a Pilates tape. Sometimes I do a little running. I've had a couple of injuries, so I can't really play tennis or those kinds of things anymore. But basically anything 30 minutes a day to keep the wolf from the door is what I try to do. So I have a history of cardiac events in my family, but I guess I didn't really realize how important that could be for women until really I went to the doctor a couple of months ago for my physical, and she took my cholesterol, and my bad cholesterol was really quite high. I broke my arm back in April and had to have surgery and had a really difficult recovery from that, although I did get back 100% motion in my right hand. I really saw what could happen to you even at a younger age if you don't take care of your health. So for some reason, the combination of the two really got me motivated and thinking about it in a way that I hadn't before. Because I think that, as women, we spend so much time, or at least I speak for myself, I spend so much time thinking about how to look younger and my this and my that, and not enough time thinking about what is the quality of our life as we age, because we can affect that. I mean, we're not going to stop the aging process, but we can determine whether we spend the next 50 years in a walker or being as active as we can. And so it really sort of hit me. There's some very specific things that we know will reduce cholesterol rather dramatically. I started eating oatmeal for breakfast, and just thinking about more vegetables and fruits and trying to snack on vegetables and fruits rather than on carbohydrates. Drinking more water. I park my car way at the farthest end of the lot that I can find. Like today I parked it at the top of the parking garage, so I'll have to go up the stairs. I never take the elevator. Just little things like that. And if I can't do 30 minutes all at one time, that's the other thing. It doesn't matter. You could still do 10 minutes and then do 10 minutes later. So that helps me concentrate a little bit. You don't have to join a gym, although I do belong to a gym and I never go like most people. You don't have to have exercise equipment. You don't have to have anything. Just go out the door, and then you can't not do it, ever. And so it was little changes, but it was a big change for me in the sense of this is something I'm going to have to start doing now and do for the rest of my life. Mary Lou Perry told me about it, the nutritionist who was helping me, and she said you ought to go on the website and check it out. So I did and signed up, and a few days later my scarf came, which I have hanging from my office door, and people walk by and say, "What is that?" And so that gives me an opportunity to tell them. I mean, I think people do not realize how serious cardiac problems can be for women. I mean, when you think of 1 in 2 will experience an event. So that's how I heard about it. Someone told me, and I go to the website from time to time and for updates. Just make that small change, and I have found that once I've started making one small change and succeed at it, then I can do another one and another one. If you try to make 20 at once, you're not going to do it. I would say start slowly, start with one thing that you can do, get that nailed down, and then on to the next thing.